Good evening, my dear reckless scientists. Myself, Sivaraj Desai, and all my students call me as Desai sir. I am feeling extremely happy to meet you all to share some of my understanding about the structure of atom. In this small video session, my dear students, I want to give a small introduction about the structure of atom. Some fundamental things I want to share you, a part of the story. Rather than calling this chapter as structure of atom, you can take it as a story out of atoms. You can call it as story of atoms. This particular story starts in 1805 when a school teacher, Dalton, talked about the matter. So before we go to what is atom, we'll have a little bit background and talk about a few things in the development of the atomic structure. My dear friends, my dear students, you know, whatever we see around us is called as matter. You know, matter, whatever is around us is matter. Everything is matter. Water is matter. This matter, whatever we see around us is matter. And we know that matter is defined as anything which occupies space, and has mass. Anything which occupies space and has mass is called as matter. Means you have to observe two things. Matter is anything which occupies, it should occupy some space and it should have mass. And anything which occupies space and has mass is called as matter. This matter around us is classified in both physics and chemistry in a different way. In physics and chemistry, we are studying at school level. This matter is classified by physicists into three types. That is solid, liquid, and gas. But in chemistry, which deals with the study of composition of matter, what matter consists of, you can classify the matter into element, compound, and mixture. Whatever you see around us. In physics, you will have solids, liquids, and gases. And in chemistry, we come across element, compound, and mixtures. For example, gold is an element, water is a compound, soil is a mixture. So generally this element concept, what element consists of? This element is made up of atoms. What these atoms are? And if you take a matter and go on subdividing it according to Dalton, who talked about atoms for the first time. This particular word atomio, this particular word is Greek origin, atomio, from this word meaning uncut or indivisible. It was understanding of Dalton that this particular, if you go on subdividing an element, it will get a finally ultimate small particle, that the smallest particle which cannot be further divided, the ultimate particle of a matter. If you take a matter and go on subdividing it, you will get the smallest particle. That particle was called as atomio, uncut. Very meaning tell you, indivisible. Means it will not contain anything in it, was the understanding of Dalton. But later in the 19th century, say around 1896 to that is 1900, lot of development took place in the field of physics as well as in chemistry. What happened is, you may be knowing X-rays. You must have heard about radioactive substance. So these were the main, and also in electrostatics. So developments took place when X-rays were invented by Rontgen. You know, Rontgen discovered X-ray, using which you can have the fractures in your bone right now. X-ray is one of the tool. Radioactivity, alpha, beta, gamma rays are emitted instant spontaneously from a heavy element. And electrostatics, you know what is electrostatics? You take a comb and rub your hair, and if you hold it to a piece of paper, it will attract. Means what? It is a charged particle. But it was believed by Dalton that this atom is neutral. Atom is neutral means atom does not contain anything in it. That means no charge in it. It is neutral, neither positively charged nor negatively charged. But whenever you take a glass rod and rub it with silk and hold it to a piece of paper, it will attract. Means what? It is charged. Means when there is a charges, according to electrostatics, when the elements are showing radioactivity, when X-rays are discovered, and all these three inventions were a big blow for the Dalton's atomic theory. Then Dalton's atomic theory was rejected. Means atom is uncut, atom does not contain any subatomic particles. Was the belief of Dalton, but it was disproved by later scientists, particularly J.J. Thomson, Rutherford. They made lot of contribution in the development of the structure of the atom. The structure of the atom means what atom consists of, what are the different particles present in it, how they are actually arranged. Different models were developed in the later 19th century. And the first development took place by in 1896 by a British physicist J.J. Thomson. He was successful in discovering a subatomic particle we call nowadays as electron. What we call it as? We call it as electron with the symbol E minus. And this is a negatively charged particle. Present in it was discovered by a famous experiment called as the discharge tube experiment. He conducted an experiment, you will be learning in higher class. Discharge tube experiment was conducted by J.J. Thomson, and he was successful in discovering a fundamental particle that is present within the atom, that is called as electron. Now, discovery of electron is a big milestone in the physics. Whatever electronics we are developing now, computer science is developed, a lot of technology is developed because of the discovery of J.J. Thomson, sir. We must say thanks to the Thomson sir for the discovery of electron. This led to the story, a new miles were taken. That is, a new direction was given to the structure of atom after the discovery of the electrons. Right? And these electrons were discovered, and not only that, he proposed another model called as Thomson's plum pudding model. He announced an atomic model called as Thomson's plum pudding model. And watermelon model also it is called plum pudding model. He announced it in a first atomic model after the Dalton by J.J. Thomson announced it called as plum pudding model. And he proposed that an atom has a spherical shape. Like you have watermelon, you must have seen watermelon. And in that particular red inside, you will have some seeds of the watermelon embedded on it. So hence this particular model is called as plum pudding model, or it is also called as watermelon model. It is also called as watermelon model. According to J.J. Thomson, said that an atom has a spherical shape, and the entire mass of the atom is distributed throughout the sphere. It has got spherical shape. Atom has spherical shape. So mass of the atom is distributed throughout the sphere. Like you have red colored inside the watermelon, whatever red colored edible fruit you are getting, so that will be where the mass of the atom is distributed throughout that sphere, and entire positive charge is distributed throughout it, and electrons are embedded like plums on pudding or seeds on the watermelon. And this particular model is known as Thomson's plum pudding model. It has got two postulations. First one is called as atom is spherical. And second postulation is that mass of the atom under positive charge, the positive charge is distributed. Positive charge or mass is distributed. Throughout the sphere. throughout the sphere. And electrons are embedded. Electrons are embedded on the sphere. Embedded on the sphere like plums on pudding on the sphere. Negatively charged electrons are embedded on the sphere, right? Like plums on pudding or watermelon seeds on watermelon. This model is called as J.J. Thomson's plum pudding model. But it was not accepted by later physicists, particularly Rutherford, who proved the nucleus. And Rutherford is regarded as the pioneer or father of nuclear physics. He said that entire mass of the atom cannot be distributed throughout the sphere. It is situated at the center. Therefore, this particular model was later discarded. And next part of the story we'll see in the next class.